Hey guys, Coach Marc here. Now, from my experience being an accountability coach through our body therapy fitness kickboxing app, there's one mistake that people will make or they'll always bring up to me, or the video that gets the most comments. Now, I made a video on this before. Let's talk about it one more time because it is this important. And this is the number one mistake that clients can make that'll kill their motivation for working out. And you might have guessed it, that is weighing themselves every day or weighing themselves too often. Now, while the scale can be good, sometimes, if you're not mentally ready for what that scale says and you put on a pound and you've been working out really hard and you've been eating better, it could mentally drain you. It could kill your motivation, and we don't want that to happen. So what is the scale good for? Well, the scale's good every now and then to kind of give you an update of your progress, but not every day. Why? Because depending on the scale, depending on the time of day, what you ate, maybe you drank a little bit more water, the surface that it's on, the way the stars are aligned, the way Venus and Mars are rotating around the sun, I believe they rotate around the sun, it can all change everything. So we want to make sure we're only using that scale when we're doing progress, maybe every 2 weeks, every month, whatever. If you're training for a specific either photo shoot or competition, then it becomes more important. But if you're just working out, don't go by the scale. Throw it out the window. I'm not paying if you break anyone's window, including yours. Now, just a quick reminder before we get into some things I want you to do is that it's healthy to lose about 2 pounds per week. Now, yes, you can lose more, and especially when you first started working out, you can lose more, but that's a healthy range, about 2 pounds per week. Remember, if you're 15, 20, 30 pounds overweight, you didn't put it on all in one night or 1 week. So you're not going to take it off that way, and it's not healthy either. So you want to be healthy mentally and physically. About 2 pounds a week, some weeks may vary, and again, don't worry about the scale, worry about these next things. So the number one thing I want you to look for is how you are feeling. And yes, this means your energy level, your zest for life, your confidence, what you're thinking mentally. Go by that. As you start to work out more, all those things should change for the more positive route. So again, go by how you are feeling, and if you're excited, if you're happy, those are extremely important benefits, just as much or more important than what that scale is saying. The next thing I want you to do is get a personal log. So this would be all the achievements that you've made. So for instance, if you start working out, and I've heard this from clients, you start working out and you're like, hey, Coach Marc, now I can do a sit-up. Put that in your achievement log. Put that it's October 5th, I can do a full sit-up. You know why? Because 2 weeks before you couldn't. I can do 10 push-ups. I can run a mile. Put all those things in your achievement log so you can see the progress. Because when you're first starting, you want to make sure you set up healthy habits. As you get in the grind of it, and that's what it is, because not every day you want to work out, let's be real. And as you get into the grind of it, you can look at that journal and see the progress that you've made. And sometimes you kind of forget, right? So you can look back at your journal and be like, wow, I've accomplished all this, and this is how I'm feeling. This is pretty awesome. Now here's my big rule, which is way more important than the scale, and that is how your clothes are fitting. If your clothes are more loose, if your clothes are falling off of you, then you know you're losing weight. Why is that a better marker? Well, if we're putting on muscle, 2 pounds of muscle, but I took off 2 pounds of fat, and let's clear this up. You can't turn fat into muscle. You lose fat and put muscle on. However, 2 pounds is 2 pounds. So if you lose 2 pounds with me of fat and put on 2 pounds of muscle, the scale stays the same. But guess what? Muscle is more dense. So it's tighter, it's smaller, it looks better. So you having 10 pounds of fat on you versus 10 pounds of muscle, you're going to look and feel totally different. But that scale, which lies to you, is telling you that you weigh the same. Now, the fourth thing I want you to think about is how you are sleeping. Now, I know for most Americans and most people, we have poor sleeping habits. We don't get a good night's sleep. But when you exercise, in my experience, you get better sleep patterns. You can sleep through the night better. So think about how you are sleeping. Remember, exercise is not just about the scale and the weight. It's about your overall lifestyle. And I made a video on this before. The purpose of exercise is so you can enjoy your life. So if you're sleeping better, if your clothes look better, if you look sexy, if you look hotter, if you can wear a vampire outfit to a nice restaurant, if you can do all those things because you look good, you feel good, and you have confidence, then the exercise is doing its part. Don't worry about that scale. You can get rid of it. You can return it. Go by how you're feeling, how your clothes are fitting, how you are sleeping, and just have a good time working out, understanding that some days you got it and some days you don't, but the scale never gets it.